Okay, so I just coined the machine up. The play clock doesn't start until after I move the joystick, okay? So we're going to test going left, back, towards the glass, and then to the right. It's kind of tricky to the right, and it won't go back, so we'll have to take a look at it. Almost one there. So here's the joystick. We're going to start poking around here. We want to make sure that the wires are tight. Want to make sure that the wires are tight. See, that fits tight. Those are tight fit. Those are tight. That back connection was loose, so I think that would solve that problem. And then this one's off. You see the green wire is actually off the switch. So I'm going to flip the machine off. Okay, that switch is very loose. You see it? It just slides on and off like that. It shouldn't do that. So I'm going to put just a little crimp on it to make the gap a little bit tighter, and see if we'll get a tighter connection there. So I'm going to use these wire strippers because they have a nice narrow tip opposed to your standard pliers that has a really wide tip. Those don't even match up. That's funny. There we go. Okay. So we're going to go for the narrow tipped ones. Okay. And I'm just going to grab it like that. Just going to tweak it just a little bit like that. Okay, so I put a little squeeze on here, hoping that that will help that connection. And I could already feel that it's much better. Boom. That was really hard to get on. So you can see now it won't even budge off of there. That wire is not even budging at all. So we're going to test all the, see how there's a little play in this one? We're going to put a little squeeze on that one too. And that'll just make sure that they don't slip off of the joystick, because it's a real pain in the butt. You can see me squeeze on this just barely. Just barely. And if you do it too much, you can just see, and now it's a very snug fit. You want them all to see this. These are all just very loose connections. So we're going to do the same thing. We're just going to snug it up here. Let's see if you can see that. Just going to give a little squeeze. Okay. We're going to seat it right back on there. There we go. Now let's flip the machine back on and see how we did. The arcade equipment can be that simple to work on. It doesn't have to be, you know, some long drawn out explanation for why something's not working. It can be as simple as a loose wire on a joystick connection. So I'm going to coin it up. Okay. Let's see if I win. Nope, didn't win.